Maliseni is in court to claim £1,500, outstanding for repairs and depreciation in value after his friend crashed his car and failed to pay in full. Defendant Elvis says there was no written agreement for the amount owed, and as he is a full-time student, he is unable to pay any more.
Do I have Maliseni here?
Yes, Judge.
And is it also Elvis?
Yes, Judge.
Goodness me. Elvis is in the building, Michelle. Now, Elvis, you and Maliseni were very good friends, correct?
Yes, Judge.
How good? Well, what was Maliseni like as a friend to you?
He's a very good friend of mine.
In 2015, you had a car, correct?
Yes.
And that car was an Astra, right?
It was, yes.
And did you love your Astra?
Oh, I loved my car so very much. Loved my car so very much. Look at the beauty of it. I mean...
What are you doing in the right-hand side? Why have you mounted your car?
Well, I kind of had to take a few pictures because I like showing off a little bit sometimes, so just kind of
Did it have a name?
She was called Coco.
She was called Coco?
Coco, yeah.
Did you know she was called Coco?
No, I didn't know that. It's the first time.
What's that?
It's the first time I've heard of it.
Oh, well, there you are. We're at the birth of a new moment of moron. The point is this. Elvis, you certainly knew that this was a very valuable thing to Maliseni, correct?
Yes, Judge.
And it was, at the time, you paid for it worth £3,700, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Now, it was taxed, and critically, what else do you need to do to drive a vehicle on the road, Maliseni?
Put insurance on it, Judge.
Very good. Did you have insurance?
Yes, Judge.
Now, that's October 2015, when our little journey begins. Just to be clear, prior to November 2015, when what we're about to hear happened, had Elvis ever been allowed to drive the vehicle, yes or no?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Judge. Elvis, you'd driven Coco before November, right?
Yes, Judge.
How many times?
A couple of times.
Now, it's very important, I have to tell you, that you have disclosed to me in the course of the proceedings that Elvis had permission to drive that car in the past, right?
Yes, Judge.
He showed up, as I understand it, at your house November 2015, right?
I picked him up from his house, Judge.
Understand. So there you are, sitting in Coco, outside. Do you leave Coco outside and give her a bit of a buffing?
Yeah. Every time, Judge. Every week. Summertime, she gets a bath at least 2 times a week, Judge. She's got to be shining for the ladies, Judge.
She's got to be shiny for the ladies?
Of course, Judge.
What ladies?
The ladies.
What
I've got to
ladies?
see my reflection on there too. You know, when I'm walking past there, I just gotta look at myself and say, oh yeah, I do really look good there. You know what I mean, Judge?
Let me tell you, sir, there is nothing you're describing right now that I have any affinity towards whatsoever. Do you think I wake up in the morning, go outside and buffy my car, talking in order to get a bit of a shine so I can see my reflection and attract as many ladies as possible? Goodness me, Maliseni, you're an astute man. Remember that time he shows up to collect you, correct?
Yes, Judge.
And he comes into your house because you're good friends.
Yes, Judge.
And then what happens next you're going to describe to me, because he's in your house, only you go outside and you get into Coco, correct?
No, Judge. I asked for the keys.
Why?
Which he gave me the keys because I was just going down the road to my auntie's house.
Just pause. You were taking the vehicle, you say with permission, in order to go to a family member, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Now, did you know that that's what he was doing?
No, Judge.
Don't tell me nonsense. You certainly must have been aware that he'd taken the car.
I wasn't aware, Judge.
You'd given him permission in the past, correct?
Yes, Judge. When I was in the car too.
You're telling me he'd never driven that vehicle without you being in it?
Never, Judge. I disagree, Judge.
Just wait for a second. This is very important. Did you ask for the keys?
Yes, Judge.
Did you hand him the keys?
No, Judge.
Either he stole them, he took them without your permission and consent.
He stole them, Judge.
Right? And I don't believe that for a second. Or he believed he had permission to take the keys and you were untroubled. Which is it?
I'd say he believed that he'd had permission because he's driven her before.
Understand. And had you driven it without him being in the car before?
Yes, Judge.
Absolutely you had. Don't tell me poor kids. Be quiet.
I disagree, Judge.
You can disagree all you like. I'm right and you're wrong. You understand?
Yes,
Of course
Judge.
he had. And I'm going to ask you again because there's no point. It's very important for your case because if I think telling me pork is, I will dismiss your case.
Yes, Judge.
And there's no need for it. I do believe that he had driven that car on his own at least once before. Correct?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. So don't tell me lies. Doesn't help you. Now, you're going to tell me, Elvis, what happened when Meliseni was not in the car. What happened, sir?
I was just driving down to my auntie's house, and then I got there, picked up whatever I wanted to pick up, and then while I was driving, when I was doing a manoeuvre, turning around, doing a U-turn, a car came bursting it down, fast pace, and my first instinct was to just reverse as quick as I can to get out the way because it was going to take off the whole bumper, and then, oops, I hit the wall. And
Just pause for a second whilst we break that down. Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.